Hello there, and welcome back to Water Wednesday. I am your host, Bulbagarden's Pain in the Rear Snowy. And yeah, I don't actually remember what I was doing last time. I have done some work off screen, and I've now seen all 150 Pokemon in the Pokedex. I've got a lot to capture, but I've seen all of them. I just need to figure out where they are now. Hello, Maniacal Engineer.
Well. Hello.
And that's Maniacal Engineer, Bulbagarden Forum's head administrator.
Fancy that, huh?
Just trying to figure out, does the Pokedex tell me where these things are before I capture them, or what?
Unfortunately, I'm a wee bit behind you in seeing an ad at the moment, but... well, I'll get to you in a moment.
Huh.
Hopefully. So, now that you're the league champion, what do you want to do next?
I have no idea what I'm doing next.
That is the smart decision, yes.
Oh! Though there is a highlighter because that's where this Pokemon appears, okay.
Did you just figure that out?
Well, I haven't used the Sinnoh Pokedex in this way before.
I see. I mean, that's been the case, though, for, like, every single Pokedex ever.
I generally don't use the Pokedex for that either. In any game,
Oh,
actually. So where
I will
do I
say,
go?
I have been finding that feature of the Hisui Pokedex to be particularly helpful.
I don't use that in the Hisui Dex either.
I mean, it doesn't do the whole shiny, sparkly, highlighting route things because it's just a book. But at the same token, it does show you where stuff is. And when I'm trying to complete Dex tasks, learning or remembering where something is, kind of helpful.
I just use Bulbapedia.
Bulbapedia is not actually incredibly helpful with the Hisui games, I've noticed.
No, I've noticed that they're, you know, a bit behind with some of the stuff.
Well, I wouldn't say that they're behind. I would just say that, you know, they're not incredibly specific about locations. Like, okay, they may say something is in the Obsidian Fieldlands, but not specifically where in the Obsidian Fieldlands, if you know what I mean.
Well, it all depends on which Pokemon. Some of them don't even list PLA, even though the Pokemon is in that game.
Oh, you're talking to the Professorist of Oaks, or the Oakest of Professors. I believe he's going to give you some national Pokedex or other. It's a big deal.
Something about Romanus Park, but I don't care.
You actually... so, one point of reference. You can now go digging in the underground. So while you're searching for things like Lantern and stuff, you can go digging in the underground. And you'll be able to find... You'll be able to find... God, what the hell are they called?
Those shard things.
Yeah. The Ancient Shard L and the Ancient Shard M or something. You'll be able to find those.
If I recall correctly, you need those to get the slates with.
Correctamundo, and you can use those slates to capture legendary Pokemon. I believe you will be able to catch the legendary chickens in your game.
And Rorik wants me to go face him again.
Oh yes, you can also do gym leader rematches at this time.
So how do I... There we go.
If you
No,
want
there's
to.
a time and a place for everything, but not now. What?
I happen to find the gym leader rematch is pretty challenging.
Which mode would you like to use to under the ground? I can't speak. I want to use solo mode. Now, where am I? Who is this weirdo?
Somewhere in the underground.
Thank you, Captain Einstein.
Captain Einstein would be a very good superhero name.
Grab that thing from Diglett. What did I need those for again?
So, if you get 40 Diglett, all boxes that you dig up in the underground will be gorgeous boxes, which are generally pretty rare, and the Pokemon that you find in the whatchamacallits have double the odds of being shiny.
Ah, okay.
In the underground hideaways. That's if you find or if you get 40 points. So Digletts count as 1 point, Doug Trio counts as 3 points, which should not surprise you.
Oh, I just got TM62 Bug Buzz.
Really? Bug Buzz.
Don't know if I have much use for that.
You probably do not.
Because I think the water bug Pokemon is...
Surskit.
Gen 6, isn't it?
No, Surskit.
Yeah, that's 6? 5?
Surskit's Gen 3.
Oh, okay.
Now, you're technically right that Pokemon like Araquanid and Golisopod don't show up until Gen 7, not 6, 7. Right, they're Alolan Pokemon. But there was technically a bug water Pokemon as of Gen 3.
Oh, okay.
Just saying.
I actually don't know if this turtle Pokemon is water type or not.
Shuckle is not.
Oh, okay.
And hello, Tech Gecko. I'm saying hi because I noticed you before Snowy did.
I actually can't see Tech Gecko. Hide Discord. Hide Tech Gecko. Because of the location of my Discord thing, it's covering up the top part of the chat.
Oh, that's rough.
Well, if this thing's not water type, I won't bother nicknaming it, but I still want it for the Pokedex.
You're actually planning on completing on completing the Pokedex?
Well, it seems like a good idea, doesn't it?
I suppose. I didn't bother in Brilliant Diamond. But to each their own, I suppose.
I mean, what does the song say? The Gen 2 song?
Gotta eat them all?
No.
Oh.
It's a whole new world we live in, but you still gotta catch them all and be the very best that you can be.
Since when does it say that?
That's part of the Season 3 song?
The Johto Journey song, yes.
Yes.
I sort of remember that one. Oh, look at this.
Dr. Doof wants to learn Super Fang. I don't even know what Super Fang is.
Super Fang is sort of a useful move. So, what it's most famous for is dealing half damage to just about any Pokemon. Sorry, literally half the remaining HP that your Pokemon has, it will do in damage.
Okay.
I said that very stupidly. But yeah, so if your Pokemon has 100 HP, it will deal 50 HP damage. If your Pokemon only has 50 HP, it deals 25 damage. It rounds up, so, you know, with 25 HP, it'll do 13 damage. At 1 HP, it deals 1 HP damage. So, kind of bizarre. You actually can get KO'd by Super Fang, contrary to my opinion prior to my stream the other day. Oh, hi.
Is it worth holding on? Is it worth learning, or?
No.
Nah, I didn't think so.
You've probably got much better moves on hand.
Bug Rock. It's a turtle though.
Yeah, well, no, it's not. It's a... whatchamajigger. Hello, Sylveon.
Which box did that just go to? I just want to make sure.
Your...
Box 1, okay.
Yeah, no, it went to...
Because I'm used to PLA automatically putting them in the next box rather.
Yeah, instead of the box that it's just on by default.
Maniacal Engineer.
Yeah, I see it. A shiny Venomoth. That did not show up in the overworld, did it?
No.
Congratulations, my man. That is a full odds shiny.
How do I damage that without killing it?
What are your moves?
Ice Beam, Aerial Ace, Surf, and Flash Cannon.
Levels?
Tux is level 71, Venomoth is level 59.
Okay, do you have anything that knows status moves?
Oh, Dr. Doof does, but Dr. Doof is level 38.
What status move does Dr. Doof know?
Yawn.
Use Yawn on this thing if you can. Put it to sleep. I would not try to attack, but yeah, that is good job, Snowy. Well done.
I was shocked when I first saw it because naturally I saw it before the sparkles appeared and I was like, what? Why is this thing different color? Oh.
Well, yeah, see, these things do sometimes happen in the world of Pokemon.
At first I thought maybe it was just a gender difference, but no.
Nope.
Can I use Crunch on this thing? I should be able to use Crunch.
Yes, you should. Well, see, now would be actually a good time for Super Fang. It's hilarious that we were just talking about that, but... Yeah, your levels... I mean, I wouldn't weaken it too much. Like, I would just... I would, at this point, kind of focus mostly on, throwing Pokeballs. Like, I assume you've got Ultra Balls or something.
Yeah, I got Ultra Balls.
Good.
And I caught it.
Excellent job, Mr. Snowy. Excellent, excellent, excellent job.
I can't believe that happened.
Hey, it's good. And again, that was full odds, so wonderful. Good, great, excellent, excellent luck there.
I just wish it showed up in the overworld like it does in Let's Go and PLA.
It should. That pisses me off that it doesn't. Like, it was a very, very dumb decision.
I'm also glad I just randomly ran into it. I wasn't even planning on catching everything in here, but...
You just said that you're looking to complete the Pokedex.
Yeah, but I wasn't going to do it right away.
That's fair.
But now that I'm here, I might as well see if I could capture everything in the room. Except for that Slowpoke, because I don't need Slowpoke.
Sure you do. It's a water type.
I've already got Slowpoke.
Oh. And here I thought you would have wanted more cute Pokemon.
Is Slowpoke cute?
You don't think so?
No, I don't think so.
That's bizarre.
I'm not even sure what Slowpoke's supposed to be.
It's a Slowpoke.
Oh dear.
Ah, man. Why is it when I'm actually looking for Gengar, I can't find any?
Reasons.
Yes, raisins.
Also, I want to remind people that I caught a legendary in 3 Pokeballs.
That's true.
Cat fan thought you were screwing me over, but apparently not.
No, nobody can screw you over.
You did when you forced me to use the heavy balls.
Well, that's me. I can technically screw anybody over. In fact, I may have screwed myself over worse than I screwed anybody else over.
Why?
Because I got people angry enough at me to make them consistently donate to make me sing praises of Melee or profess my love for Melee, which was just horrible.
Oh no.
What?
This thing used Perish Song.
Oh, you can still escape.
I don't want to escape, I want to capture it.
Well, that could be problematic.
I can withdraw Tux if I want to, but...
Ooh! Oh! Alpha Leafeon!
So guess who registered 108 Pokemon in the Pokedex? Congrats, KR Black!
Congratulations, KR Black.
You just missed some fun too, KR Black.
You did. You missed you missed Shiny Venomoth in Snowy's game. Full odds. I congratulate him on his luck. That is fantastic.
Let's bring up the box. Where is it? Up there. Shiny Venomoth. Let's have a look at it.
Oh yeah, you can bring up the box anytime you want, can't you?
It's gentle nature and likes bitter food.
That is fantastic, my friend. I am so happy.
I don't know if Venomoth has multiple abilities, but its ability is Tinted Lens.
I think Shield Dust would be its other potential ability.
This ability sounds pretty good though. Can use not very effective moves to deal regular damage.
Tinted Lens is actually a pretty damn good ability, yes. Oh, do we still have Nightbot going?
Apparently we do. Is Archaic available to turn that off?
Are donations still open?
No, I think they're supposed to be closed by now.
Let me,
I think it was supposed to be midday Wednesday, wasn't it?
It is, in fact, evening Wednesday, so let me go poke Archaic. Give me a sec.
Yep. Do I have a Slowpoke? Hang on. I don't seem to have a Slowpoke. I must have been mistaken.
I told you. You also need more cute Pokemon, so of course you would want to go with Slowpoke. Anyway, I pinged Archaic, and he says he will take care of that now.
For those that have just joined us, I did a little bit of work behind the scenes. I've got the remaining Pokemon that I needed for my Pokedex, and I just went and upgraded it.
And he got a shiny Venomoth.
And I got a shiny Venomoth.
Which is great. Snowy does good work.
That's even better than my my Vulpix capture.
That is, in fact, even better than your Vulpix catch, yes.
Or technically hatch, but yeah, whatever.
Well, yeah.
Is Venomoth in the standard Pokedex, or...?
No. I do not believe so.
Venonat and Venomoth are Gen 1, aren't they? There it is. I love this, how it shows the, shiny Pokemon in the Pokedex.
Yes, it does do that.
Alright, apparently I don't have you, Slowpoke, so... On the subject of donations though, we should probably talk about how we got $2,001.
Hell yeah. Good job, Snowy.
Me? Why am I getting the good job?
Well, you were part of this, were you not?
Yeah, so were you. And Caps.
Yeah. So, good job, Snowy. Good job, Caps. Good job, Archaic.
Even though most of the donations came in just to screw with you.
Well, look.
Ow.
I wouldn't doubt if some of those donations were you and Caps to screw with. Well, okay, I know that some of those donations were Caps screwing with me. I wouldn't doubt if some of them were you screwing with me. But
I wish I could have.
Either way, it was a very successful event in general, and I'm glad we were able to participate in it, and I'm glad we were as successful as we were with it.
We came in second, just behind the main channel.
Yeah. Well, not just behind. They raised, like, double us, but...
Well, yeah. But we still came in second.
Yeah. Which was fantastic.
What should we call Slowpoke?
Cuteness.
Anyone in chat? It's a female
Nightbot says
Slowpoke.
cuteness.
Nightbot hasn't said anything.
That's your opinion.
How does... What? How does that work?
How does what work?
I can see that Nightbot hasn't said anything.
I see
call
that
it
Nightbot
cuteness.
has said something.
Yeah, just one. Bulbagarden is participating in blah 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 blah.
Which is not true at this time because the event is over and donations are closed.
Has Archaic got back to you yet?
Archaic says he's disabled the timer, so we're good to go.
Awesome. I do look forward to our next one though.
Oh, those were... They've been a lot of fun so far. Again, even if, as you say, people donate mostly to screw with me. But I suppose that's part of what makes it fun, is because I know people are going to do that. And now that I know people will, the next time I want to come up with a goal that I don't want... Like, I'll do $2,000. Like, I'm going to keep raising the bar every single time because chat keeps telling me that I have to. Like, I don't know what game we can try to have me play for $2,000. Skyrim. I don't think it'll be... I don't know what that is, and I don't want to know what that is.
It's the other open world game I told you about.
Oh, no. No more open world.
Open world is amazing.
I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan, and I'm not a Caps fan. Oh, speaking of, you got his message?
Yes, I did.
Good. We will mention that at the end of your stream today.
On that note, please don't forget to follow Maniacal Engineer's channel on Twitch, because he will be streaming sometime soon, I hope. Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Well, at some point for sure. As to exactly when, if you've been hanging around this channel for the past couple of days or for the past week or so, you know that I've brought back Pokemon Black. And what I would like to do is, moving forward, I'm going to have Scorch Sundays, which is going to be Pokemon Black Fire-type Challenge Run. I'm also going to have Meandering Mondays, which will continue to be Legends Arceus. I can only stream twice a week, right? So until I finish one of those two, and then, you know, more likely than that, Scarlet or... Well, actually, yeah, no, for me it will be Scarlet, because I prefer Scarlet to Violet. But anyway, more likely than that, afterwards I will be doing Pokemon Scarlet and, you know, what have you. But, you know, once I'm down to one active Pokemon series, I will get to Breath of the Wild. But since I'm already working on Pokemon Black, and Pokemon Black was put on hiatus for a while, and then, you know, since Legends Arceus is an ongoing series, I do intend to at least keep Legends Arceus going as an active series until I finish the story sometime in 2033. But yeah, no, as soon as I get a free night, which will hopefully be... I mean, how long did it take me to finish Brilliant Diamond? I was done with Brilliant Diamond just before Legends Arceus came out. So it was the end of November to the end of January is about 2 months. So hopefully, you know, no later than the end of January, I will be ready to do Breath of the Wild. There it is.
Oh, I just remembered I should go get the other rod, shouldn't I?
Yeah, the Super Rod, right?
Yes. I just can't remember where you get it from. And the good rod.
You get... Well, the good rod I couldn't tell you. The Super Rod, you're going to have to find in that area that you went to on the boat.
Well, the other one did, Pastoria City, I think.
I was going to say, maybe it's in Pastoria City.
I just can't remember where in Pastoria City. I was looking it up a couple of days ago.
Ask Crasher Wake. He seems like a guy who would know. Crasher Wake seems like a guy who would know a thing or two about fish and rods.
Tux, why do you have 3 special moves and 1 physical?
I asked you the same question. What's its physical move?
Aerial Ace.
Good God, man. Why? Why do you do this to me? If you're going to have a physical move on Empoleon, you want to have Aqua Jet, because at least you get stabbed from it.
I think the thing is that I wanted a flying move.
Yeah, but now you have a water flying type.
This thing is brutal.
Actually, you have 2 water flying. Which things?
Corsola.
Oh, hey, that's a water type.
One that knows Earth Power.
Yeah.
And it's killing Tux.
I was gonna say, of course, its offensive stats are miserable, but it's always, always, always easier to KO something than it is to try to catch something. This we acknowledge fully.
Remind me to get rid of Snowy's horrible looking outfit at some point.
Which, what, who?
Snowy's horrible looking outfit.
What outfit are you wearing?
I'll show you in a second. What should I name this thing?
Corsola?
Anyone in
I
chat?
say... Oh, okay, fine. Don't let me name it then.
Well, you've named the last 20 things. Okay, probably not that many, but... Give Chad a chance first.
Did you even name Slowpoke Cuteness like I told you to?
Yes, I did.
Okay, then fine. I will not complain.
I will name it Cola then. No, I don't want to put it in my party. I want to send it to a box. What was I going to do? What is that Wingull doing?
Hokey pokey.
That's the best explanation on Xenius. Ooh. Okay, let's put this in the team box. Let's put this... Right. I'll put the shiny Venomoth in with the legendaries.
Yes, because it is in fact a legendary.
I'll put Slowpoke in with the team box.
Sounds about right.
I'm not going to use Barbaroach because that's a traded Pokemon.
It is?
Yeah, I got it from Pokemon Home.
Oh. Huh.
And apparently it's travelled all the way from the Galar region.
What the hell is Galar?
Sword and Shield. I
That
know you've
sounds
played
familiar.
those games because you do your shiny hunting there.
Oh, yes, that.
Or at least used to do your shiny hunting there.
Correct. That is on permanent hiatus. Well, okay, not permanent hiatus. Hiatus is a temporary thing. It's basically on hiatus until I've got nothing better to do, but y'all know what my plans are, because I just told you what they are, so y'all know I'm going to have plenty of better things to do for a while. I do like shiny hunting,
Wooper.
but I can just find shinies randomly in the wild here in Hisui, and...
No, I don't have Wooper. Why?
Wooper, you can get Wooper. Wooper's in the decks.
Yeah, Tech Gecko just mentioned it.
Wooper was in the Sinnoh decks too.
That's not what Quagsire evolved into, is it? Evolved from, I mean.
Evolves from Quagsire, yes.
Oh, so I should already...
evolves into Quagsire.
I should already have Wooper then, shouldn't I?
You would have seen it, you do not necessarily have to have caught it. So this is... I won't say
I already
it's
have
backwards.
Woopers in the decks.
Right.
I just checked.
So it's in the decks. That does not mean that you have caught it. The thing about the Sinnoh decks is to get a complete, you don't have to have caught everything. You simply have to have seen it. Hence why you were able to complete the decks, even though I assume you haven't caught Mesprit yet.
I have not caught Mesprit, I have caught Wooper.
Okay.
As I said, it's in the decks. In the decks, I mean, I've actually got all the data on it.
Okay. That's fine. That's fair. That sounds delicious.
I'm not even going to go there. Shiny
You're saying
hunting... It's under...
Phalanx.
I can't read that. What's it say?
Pike A.
Can
Right.
can I get encounters in the underground that are not symbol encounters?
No.
Oh, okay, so there's no point surfing on the water then.
No point surfing on the water, no point, what's it called?
Ow, ow.
No point surfing on the water, no point fishing. In fact, I don't even think it will let you fish.
But it turns out it's still worth checking every Pokemon.
Well, yeah. Did you get another shot? No.
Not yet.
Not yet, he says, as if he's going to get another one.
Well, I didn't expect... I hate you, Lunatune.
Lunatune? I didn't expect you to get that
Lunatone or
first
whatever.
one either, just so you know. Like, I was here when that happened. I will say, that was unexpected for you, that was unexpected for me. That was very good, though. I love when stuff like that happens.
Yeah, but I hate when stuff like this happens.
What did you do?
I didn't do anything, that's the problem.
Oh.
I think I
Wait,
got
that
off
doesn't-
one area later than it exploded.
Oh.
Lunatone can learn explosion.
That does make a certain degree of sense. It seems like an explosive poisonality.
Freeze it, freeze it, freeze it. Nah, it's using explosion again. Burger King, home of the Wooper.
Yes, Burger King, home of the Wooper.
I
makes
understood that
perfect sense.
reference.
I did too. Look, I keep kosher and I understood that reference. That's more impressive.
Are there no kosher Burger King restaurants?
In Israel, yes.
But not in the US.
At least there was. No, not in the United States. And I didn't go to the kosher Burger King restaurant anyway, because why the hell would I do that when I can go to Israel and get authentic Israeli food?
I mean, true, but you could say that about just about any country.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't go to a Burger King in any country, even if there were kosher ones outside of Israel.
Does Burger King count as authentic American food?
Is there such a thing as authentic American food?
Good question. On that note, is there such thing as authentic Australian food?
Yes, Vegemite.
That's fuel, not food.
People eat it, so...
Yeah, but people eat all kinds of things they're not supposed to.
Such as...
Like deep dish pizza.
That is blasphemy, sir. Deep dish pizza is very much food. And the sooner you realize it, the happier you will be.
I'm not allowed to eat it anyway.
A nice kangaroo steak. Yes. And Tech Gecko, I do imagine that geckos eat bugs, yes.
Pachyrisu's so cute.
It's not a water type, you cannot use it. Bad, Snowy.
No, I'm not using it, that's why I didn't nickname it. I'm pretty sure this is a water type though.
Crawdont is in fact a water type, yes, and it is another cute one. So I figure you will like it.
What?
Yeah? You heard me.
I'm beginning to question your sanity.
You can't question that which does not exist, sir.
True.
I mean, you can, but then I would question whether or not you're just wasting your time.
Are you seriously using Crunch on a steel type?
It does neutral damage in that game, bud.
Yeah, but it's biting metal.
See, this is why I say that it's the stupid thing that they changed that. It's a very stupid thing that they changed that.
It's not a stupid thing.
Yes, it is. Because it does mean that you get to crunch and bite metal and you don't break your teeth. Explain to me.
There is a difference between Volt Tackle and Thunderbolt.
And what is the difference between Volt Tackle and Thunderbolt?
One is a tackle, the other is an electric attack from range.
Okay. What does that have to do with the price of tea in China?
I need a nickname for Crawdon.
Adorbable.
You've lost your nickname privileges.
Did I even have them to begin with?
Probably not.
So I have lost nothing of value then.
To be honest, I've never even liked Kangaroo. Pachyrus is region locked in Pokemon Go. I hate that.
Most Pokemon are region locked in Pokemon Go, which is ridiculous.
Like,
Whoop.
It's okay if you're the kind of person that travels a lot, but if you're not...
Most Pokemon fans are not.
Exactly. Spoiler alert, most
Go
Pokemon...
is supposed to be the way for Pokemon fans to get out of the house.
True, but most Pokemon fans are also kids, so... I hate to break it to you, but this is a franchise aimed at children.
It is? I'm heartbroken. I'm absolutely heartbroken.
I don't think chat's got a nickname for this thing. It's a female Crawdon.
So, Adorbable, I told you.
How do you spell it?
T-H-A-T.
What?
You asked me how to spell that.
I'm gonna take Tech Gecko's suggestion.
Of course you would.
I've got no idea how to spell
Adorbable.
Right.
Get it right.
You know what? Let's send
What?
Sluggy back to the box.
Why would you do that?
Because I wanted, Craddy on me.
Oh, you're actually going to use it. Color me surprised.
And I should probably not have... Why do I have 2 Gastrodons?
Different forms?
No, they're both the pink Gastrodon.
Oh, too much gas.
I now have 1 Gastrodon.
You released one.
I got rid of the one I didn't want, so...
You monster. Wait, you released Sluggy?
No, I didn't. I hope I didn't. Chat's
No
making me
chances.
worried there for a moment. Hang on, I'll double check. I better not have released Sluggy. Because that would make me
there's a bunny
sad.
just stuck in the rocks. Oh no.
Also, hello, Burger Man.
Burger Man, hello.
And did I say hello to KR Black? I don't think I said hello to KR Black. Hello, KR Black.
About time you noticed that.
I got a Natu.
Not to.
Whatever.
Sharpedo would be in the game. So you can catch Carvana and Sharpedo, I believe, in the Grand Underground with the National Dex. So, yes, but no. So all Pokemon from Gen 1 to Gen 4 are now available in the game. All of them.
Here's Sluggy. They must have been reacting to me sending Sluggy back to the box.
Probably. That is a very understandable reaction.
I've already got a Slowpoke, I don't need another one. Oh, actually, I do need another one. Because
Yes,
Slowpoke
you
is a
need
branched
Slow
evolution.
Roll, Slow King. Yes. To be fair, Burger Man, Sluggy does get plenty of action and probably will when Snowy takes on
Oh yeah,
Voltner
Sluggy will be
again.
back. Yeah, definitely. Let's use Ice Beam.
There's such a move as Ice Beam.
Oh, and Slowpoke is frozen.
Useful. Also, pretty sure you are going to need someone to trade with to get Slowking.
Yes. Yes, I will.
Isn't that a shame? I wish you knew somebody.
I don't. I don't know anybody. I know nothing. F? What? What's F, Check Gecko?
F for you not knowing anybody.
I need a nickname for this Slowpoke.
Just call it F.
I'm not going to call it F.
You missed Snowy finally seeing that you were here and saying hello to you, KR.
Are you telling me the name Slowpoke Kotaku?
Waiting for this space-time distortion to... There we go. Now, I believe I can find Gengar here.
Alright, Kotaku. Send Kotaku back to the box, please.
Yes, make sure that Kotaku is well taken care of.
Oh, okay, this game's doing the same thing PLA does. I didn't realize it does that. Cool.
Shiny licky tongue.
I'm gonna put both my Slowpokes together. Cuteness is a female Slowpoke. What was Kotaku? Kotaku's a male Slowpoke and still frozen. Should probably do something about that, shouldn't I?
Yes, that might be helpful.
Keep in mind, I'm actually here for a specific Pokemon. I'm not here to catch everything.
So you say, except you've explicitly said that your goal is to catch them all.
Eventually, but I'm actually here for Lantern.
I don't know if you're gonna get them from there.
I thought you said Lantern was in the underground.
It is in the underground. I don't know if you're gonna get it from that specific room.
No, I'm not going to get it from this specific room.
Then why are you in that specific room? Dare I ask?
Because I'm doing what you do and getting distracted.
Oh. You know what? That does make a certain degree of sense.
Also, Eradicate knows revenge and it's super effective and that hurts.
Sounds about right.
With the way Maniacal Engineering I get distracted, Burger Man, absolutely.
Oh, don't look at me. I am the definition of staying on point.
Right.
Don't you doubt me.
I doubt you. I also need to heal up Tux.
Might be helpful.
Oh yeah, I'm being chased around by a magnet.
Magnets are dangerous. I forgot Magnemite was in the underground. By the way, in case you missed it, I just got Shiny Licky Tongue from a space-time distortion.
Grats.
Which is not what I was looking for. I am looking for Gengar, but... well, whatever.
See ya, Burger Man.
Hasta la vista, Burger Man. Thank you for stopping by.
Those are rocks, Noah. You can't walk through rocks.
Not you, anyway. Some people can. Man, these Sneasler are, like, everywhere. Or, sorry, not Sneasler, Sneasel. Ah, there's what I'm looking for.
I will eventually get around to finding Lantern.
Yes, Lantern is good. You must to find the Lantern.
What was that? Sandstorm. Chuck Norris and Ghost. What? I don't understand.
You should. That was a pretty obvious reference.
No, I don't understand.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Sounds like just you draw a bomb and it did basically nothing. And then Flash Cannon killed Sandslash.
Well, that seems like you should not have used Shadow Ball then.
Shadow Ball?
Or Flash Cannon. Sorry, I just used Shadow Ball.
Alright, I'm done in this room. I'm moving on.
That's probably a good idea.
And I
But yeah,
nearly
no,
stepped on a Diglett.
You did what now?
Nearly stepped on Diglett.
Oh. That's not good, man. Wait, no, you actually want to step on the Diglett.
I thought I wanted to get the thing that the Diglett leaves behind. I don't want to step on Diglett.
Well, you get those things by stepping on the Diglett.
And no, Diglett's not cute either. This guy's in my way.
Diglett's not cute, he says. Snowy has no sense of style or flair. Ooh.
Speaking of, I was going to show you.
Show
That's
me.
what Snowy's wearing.
I can't see. Oh. Yeah, you probably want to put something else on. That looks ridiculous.
I have no idea what it's supposed to be.
A waffle iron. Hell if I know, man.
Help me, Chad. Help me.
Oh. Well.
Apparently mystery gift feature is disabled in the underground. Okay then.
The what feature is disabled in the underground?
The mystery gift feature.
Oh. Well, yeah, that does make a certain degree of sense.
I do not want to use Ice Beam on this thing. I did not want to use Surf either. I did not mean to do that.
Don't need Sneasel. Come on, where's the second Gengar?
I don't
Where's
know.
the second Gengar? It's not a Gengar. Well, at least I got one Gengar. See, Tech Gecko says all Pokemon are cute. That's kind of like the mentality of the Celadon City Gym. Right?
I'll take your word for it.
You played Let's Go Eevee, or not Let's Go Eevee, Let's Go Pikachu.
Yeah, but they're insane over there.
I never said they weren't.
Come on, Naruto, get in my Pokeball. There we go.
Didn't you catch one of those already?
And Golbat can get in my Pokeball too. Did I just run out of PP of Airlace? Okay. Okay, I got Natu. Yeah, I got Golbat.
Golbat.
Yes, I'm playing 2 games at once. Okay, there's no more Pokemon around. Oh yes, there is. There's a Sparrow over there. Oh, level up to level 13. Okay.
Well, that's good anyway, leveling up to level 13. Oh, right.
That's how bad my Pokemon Go levels are.
It happens.
I don't want to learn Sword Dance. Who's learning Sword Dance?
I am.
Dr. Deuce did not learn Sword Dance.
You didn't teach Dr. Doof Swords Dance?
No, I didn't. That's all the Pokemon around me at the moment. Okay, cool.
What's Dr. Doof's ability?
Posted the Diglett argument on Discord. Dr. Deuce's ability is... Unaware.
Damn, if it was simple, do you know how much Swords Dance would do for you?
I do not.
If its ability was simple, one use of Swords Dance would raise your attack 4 stages.
Ooh, nice.
That's the upside to simple. The downside to simple is if someone uses Growl on you, your attack gets lowered 2 stages.
Ouch. And yeah, it's kind of like I was playing Pokemon Go, briefly catching whatever Pokemon were around me. What is this? Mareep.
Ah, yes, Mareep. It seems like a sheep of some sort.
No, that's Fluffy.
That is a Flaffy, yes. Did you really think that was Mareep?
I only briefly thought.
Excuses, excuses.
I should probably change Pokemon.
That might not be a terrible idea.
I nearly KO'd Fluffy.
That's not great. Well, I mean, it doesn't technically matter for what you're actually looking to do, but if you are looking to complete that Pokedex, yeah, maybe not brilliant. Or shining. Although you did get a shiny, so that does fit for shining. I will accept this.
Three, four, one. I don't get it. Oh, you mean in Pokemon Go? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Anywho. I got 1 out of 2 Gengar. I need to catch 1 more Gengar.
How do you add friends that way?
Hmm?
Oh, I see.
Though actually, if I really need to catch Gengar, I've got Haunter and I've got a linking cable, so I could do that. Yeah, I could. So I don't have to wait for those distortions to show up.
No, Tech Gecko, my ability is Snow Warning. I've sent you an invite, KR Black.
No, see, my ability in, what's it called? In Legends Arceus is Oblivious. Which is weird because Pokemon, well, okay, I guess if it's the humans hiding from the Pokemons in the ground, but, like, it's bizarre because, Pokemon don't have abilities in that game, but I do. My ability in Legends Arceus is Oblivious.
What is Metagross's ability?
Metagross's ability is Clear Body.
What?
Clear Body.
Clear Body.
No stat changes. Well, no external stat changes. So things like Intimidate, Growl, Leer, those don't work.
I was confusing Clear Body with another ability.
What ability were you thinking of?
Guess.
I can't.
What sounds very similar to Clear Body?
I don't know.
Curse Body.
Oh, what?
I was confusing it with Curse Body.
How? Clear does not sound anything like Cursed.
No, but they're both...
Bodies,
never mind.
that's fun. You know... Ridiculous.
Just never mind.
Never mind, indeed. Did I put away my items? Yes. No, yes, I did put away my items from that distortion. Indeedy? Indeedy do, indeedy not. Indeedy do or indeedy don't.
Which one's Own Tempo again?
Own tempo prevents you from getting confused.
So KR Black is never confused.
I wish I was never confused.
Same here.
Well, I'm the one who's perpetually confusing you, and I don't apologize for that.
And this is why I'm going to go to your place and use snow warning.
In a few months, give it a few more months, and it will be covered in snow here. And I am probably going to murder people because of that.
I've never seen snow.
You should keep it that way. It is not pleasant. Not pleasant.
This Pokemon's
like,
cute.
You think it's going to be this nice, wonderful, lovely thing, but no, it's actually not. It's miserable.
And I just KO'd Shinx. Great. Thanks,
That's okay.
Demon.
Those are like... Shinx are like a dime a dozen, man. You can get those anywhere.
I don't need another
Like in the
Slowpoke.
like in the Obsidian Fieldlands, for example.
Absol should have Sandstream or Snow Warning.
Absol should have sand. Why?
What is Absol's ability?
Pressure?
Oh, that's right. Yes, I had Absol use pressure on me earlier.
Oh, I was actually just guessing.
I think it was pressure it was using on me anyway. I know one Pokemon did.
It was me. I was applying pressure to you.
Yes, pressure.
I was right.
Can't get confused if I don't know what's happening around me.
You know, that's fair.
That sounds like my life at the moment, KR Black.
Because it predicts natural disasters. No, it predicts natural disasters, but it doesn't actually cause natural disasters.
No, which technically Snow Warning, and I think Sandstream as well.
Sandstream would do. So I get the general idea behind it, but...
It should have Trace. I'm drawing a blank again. What's Trace?
copies the opponent's ability.
That's what I thought it was.
Sure.
If I pretend I'm not dumb, maybe people won't think I'm dumb.
No, that's what I do all the time. I pretend I'm not dumb. Well, actually, no, it's the opposite. I pretend that I am dumb.
And on that note, don't forget to follow Maniacal Engineer BMG on Twitch. And sometime, hopefully, maybe in January or something, he'll start playing Pokemon, not Pokemon, Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Breath of the Wild. Yes,
Pokemon Breath of the Wild. I'd buy it.
I would not.
That's anticipation, isn't it, KR Black?
Well, so that there's a couple of them. Anticipation detects super effective moves, right? Forewarn detects what the strongest move is. I think that's what Forewarn is.
But no, I'm really looking forward to your Breath of the Wild stream.
I'm not. There will be death aplenty.
Yes, but that's part of the adventure.
No.
Yes.
If you die, that's the end of the... So actually, no, you know what? I've decided. If I die, that's it. That's the end.
No.
If I die, I'm dead.
That's just not... Let's try to beat the game normally first before doing an Iron Man challenge.
It's not an Iron Man challenge. It's just how life works.
That's what they call it,
die,
an Iron Man challenge.
It's not an Iron Man challenge. That is literally how life works.
This is a video game.
You mean real life is not a video game?
You don't respawn in real life. I'm sorry to break it to you.
Damn, I did not know that.
You also can't teleport and all that stuff.
Wait, really?
And the Theriados might be KOing Demon.
Well, that sounds about right.
Life is a simulation.
You know, it could be, and we would never know the difference. That's the
Nope,
scary
not
part.
simulation. Oh, that hurt.
That does it hurt, or are you programmed to believe that it hurts? We would never know the difference.
It's called reincarnation, Snowy.
It's called reincarnation.
Yeah. Right? I mean...
What?
No, I'm not gonna.
Not gonna what?
I was just gonna say that while I do respect other people's beliefs, I'm not sure I believe in reincarnation.
I don't. Why would anyone actually want to come back to life?
I just got stuck on a rock.
It sounds like something you do fairly frequently.
I should probably check this out, so make sure it's not shiny.
You're going to be checking every single Pokemon now, aren't you?
I have to. Also, isn't reincarnation where you come back as a different life? Not regaining your old life?
Yes, but why would anyone want to come back to life at all when they've already died? To watch new episodes of Pokemon... Okay, you know what, Anders? That's fair.
Hi, Anders.
That is fair. I had not thought of that possibility. I am so glad that I enabled Twitch chat while I'm doing this. It makes my life so much more interesting.
Where would you be without Twitch chat?
I wouldn't have to play Legends of Zelda Breath of the Wild?
Also, I've decided for your next donation campaign, you'll be playing Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom.
Nope. I don't know what that is, but no.
It's Breath of the Wild sequel.
Breath of the Wild has a sequel? Has it really been out long enough to have a sequel?
Wasn't Breath of the Wild 2019?
Do I remember? I was not paying attention because I never thought that I would ever get it.
I was actually asking chat.
I mean, why would the guy who hates open world ever get an open world game? Because the $1,000...
2017.
Oh, so it's even older than you thought.
Yep. Let's go with...
Oh, so that was... Wait, that was announced in the Direct from this past week.
Yes. Congrats, Tech Gecko.
Congrats, Tech Gecko. Also, I did not see that thingamajigger, that Direct. I was not paying attention.
I think they only showed about 10-20 seconds worth of footage, but it was announced.
That's fair. It also explains why I didn't know that the thing was getting a sequel. It's kind of hilarious that I'm being forced to play this thing and it gets a sequel, like, announced right at about the same time. See, this is why it would have been really funny if we could have actually put together a reaction video for that.
There wasn't really a lot of stuff relevant to Pokemon, though.
No, because they got specific Pokemon Directs for that. But literally seeing this information about a Breath of the Wild sequel would have been... It would have raised my blood pressure and would have definitely had an interesting reaction on stream for that.
Also, I will say Pokemon Stadium is coming to Nintendo Switch Online.
Why?
Because people want to play Pokemon Stadium, I guess.
Horrible. No, Pokemon Stadium is kind of horrible. If you're gonna do that for Coliseum and XD, for God's sakes.
Maybe they will.
Sure. And they'll also put Mirror B in a main series Pokemon game.
Don't mind me, I'm just biting a bug.
That sounds either like a euphemism or like a very boring thing to do.
No, I'm just biting it so I can catch it.
Boring thing to do it is.
Weedle's data was added to the Pokedex.
Oh, you were biting not just a bug, but a hairy bug. I see. Oh. Hello, Alpha Weasel.
Some of us want to play Whack-A-Diglett.
That does sound more entertaining.
That Gloom is huge.
It's an Alpha Gloom. I was not aware that that thing was close enough for me to do that.
And apparently biting, what is Gloom supposed to be?
A plant?
Of
Like
some
a
kind.
disgusting plant?
Well, apparently biting disgusting plants doesn't really get you anywhere.
No, it's pretty defensive.
Let's go with Shadow Ball then.
Seems legit. I've been using Shadow Ball a lot.
Minigame instead. Oh, is Whack-A-Diglett a minigame in Stadium, is it? You're gonna shiny hunt me, are you, Tech Gecko?
Yes, shiny hunt for Snowy. Maybe you'll actually find Snowy. Maybe.
And I got Gloom.
Goody.
I also
That
need a
seems-
second Gloom.
You might, yes.
Well, Gloom is also a branched evolution.
Well, yeah, but you might be able to catch the evolutions somewhere, you know.
I'd also like to know I've got basically nothing done this entire stream.
Hey, welcome to the club.
Great,
It's a
I've
good
basically
club.
turned into Maniacal Engineer.
Yes, yes. Resistance is futile, sir.
I just killed that Cricketot. Oops.
There are far, far, far worse things to be than me.
Name one. I'll rest my case. I'll rest my case.
It's another Alpha Wurmple, isn't it?
Let me check that B-Bell. No, it's not shiny. And I can't use Shadow Ball in this thing either.
No, you cannot.
Not that I want to, because I've already got the B-Bell, so...
You do? What's it named?
Dr. Doof.
Oh, then I can name something that's worse off that is worse off than me.
What?
Dr. Doof the Bee Barrel.
Or at least it's not Snowy Owl, Vulpix, and Ninetales.
Ah, so you have also named something that is better than being me. Or, sorry, that is worse than being me. You see? I wasn't wrong.
I also can't use Shadow Ball on this thing either.
It's a normal type. Normal type's very tricky. Oops. Did not actually mean to throw that. But of course I caught it. Oh well.
I could let Demon out of his Pokeball, can't I?
Demon? Don't let the demon out of the Pokeball.
Chat.
Oh, fun fact.
What?
All Munchlax in the underground are holding leftovers. Now, what did you want from chat?
This one's not.
What do you mean this one's not?
Well, leftovers hasn't triggered yet.
That's bizarre. How the hell did I get so many leftovers from the underground then? I'm pretty sure it was from Munchlax.
No, I don't want to give him a nickname. Let's have a look at the status. It's not holding anything.
Huh. That sounds wrong.
I do not need another Magnemite. I do need a Farfetch though. Come here, Farfetch'd!
Wait, oh. 80 out of 70. I used that 80 times and I only needed to use it 70 times. I'm an idiot.
I've done that before.
I miscounted by 10. I was wondering why I wasn't getting the notification that says you've used... But okay. Still gotta use Agile style moves.
I also have a bad habit of over-catching Pokemon in that game.
Well, look, you wanna catch Pokemon
I see a Pokemon and I think, oh, I need to catch this, so I just catch it, and then the game's like...
No, you've already caught a billion of these, what are you doing?
Something like that, yeah.
Anyway,
Except
I'll just use a bunch of agile moves.
Occasionally, I do find out that I still need to catch the heavies or whatever.
Oh, I hate those Well, okay, technically what I hate more than that is I hate the requirements for having to...
Thank you for the follow, Oscar Ultra Silver.
I hate the requirements to get light specimens or small specimens more, because I can always just go for random alphas if I have to for large specimens or heavy specimens. But yeah, no, I actually am very surprised that defeating these is not a requirement for Gengar.
We are getting close to our follower goal.
We have a follower goal?
Yeah, with follower goal of 2800. It's up in the top right of my screen.
Oh. I can't see your screen that, in that much detail.
What game are you in, Tech Gecko?
Isn't Alolan Vulpix in the Alabaster Icelands?
If you're in PLA, yes. Well, no,
Well,
technically.
what other... I was gonna say, what other game is in the Alabaster Icelands? Or what other game has the Alabaster Icelands, more accurately? Also, did you say technically no?
You can't catch it in the wild. It's not a Pokemon in the wild.
Really?
Go to the base camp and there should be someone to talk to at the base camp about Alolan Vulpix.
I have not talked to anybody about Alolan Vulpix.
Yeah, what I mean is go to the base camp and there is someone that you can talk to about it.
That sounds suspicious. Hey, Chico the Parakeet. It's
Pokemon Sword, I
Heinz
think...
Doofenshmirtz.
What?
Chico the Parakeet asked if it was Heinz or Roger Doofenshmirtz.
I don't understand. Alolan Vulpix in Pokemon Sword you have to trade in, I believe.
I got it, Chico. I told you it's Heinz.
I will just try to capture this thing.
Sorry, no, that's probably on me because I was trying to talk over Snowy or some such nonsense.
Everyone's always talking over me.
No, they're not. I'm talking over everybody.
I just said that.
No, you said quite the opposite.
Never mind, found it.
Oh, good. I didn't even know Alolan Vulpix was in Sword. Was I even aware that Vulpix was in Sword?
Yes, you're aware Vulpix is in Sword.
Oh yeah, somebody was shiny hunting for it in Shield.
I didn't know you can get Alolan Vulpix without trading though.
Oh yeah, that's easy enough. You go to, where is it that you go? I don't remember. I blame Snowy.
You blame me, why?
I don't blame me, no. Why would I ever blame me?
I'm just not going to answer that.
She's right, because you can't think of a single good reason why. Ooh.
Bulbapedia just says trade.
Well, is it always 100% accurate?
Oh, okay. Expansion pass reward for finding 20 Alolan Diglett.
See? See?
Well, I didn't read the expansion pass section. I just read the sword section. Section.
I did not mean to do that. Well, you probably should have read the expansion pass section. The Diglett dude is good about these sorts of things. Gives you all kinds of good Pokemon.
I haven't really spent enough time in the expansion pass areas to know.
I've spent plenty of time in the Isle of Armor and almost no time in the Crown Tundra. Like, there's one thing that I did in the Crown Tundra, and if you know me at all, you know exactly what that thing is that I did.
Expressed your love for snow?
No. Literally the opposite.
Don't body slam Demon, that's rude.
I did body slam Demon. That is the one thing that I did in the, Wait, where is... It's around here somewhere. Oh, somehow I ended up in a completely wrong area.
Good job.
Look, I was looking for a space-time distortion and I got a little turned around.
I spent hours in the Highlands looking for a space-time distortion.
Technically, if I can catch one more Gengar without needing the linked cord, I would prefer it. But I can always catch my final Gengar by evolving a Haunter if I have to.
I really like how trading for trade evolution Pokemon is optional in that game.
Oh yeah. game would not work nearly as well if it wasn't. So I didn't even do that, Chico the Parakeet. All I did was go find Beldum, technically. There were Metagross, but I'd rather just get it as a Beldum and raise it up or breed it.
I'll keep trying to move the camera.
Why?
Because I want to be able to move the camera. I hate this camera angle.
It's a good camera angle.
It's
the only camera angle you need.
It's an unplayable camera angle.
That's your opinion. How long does it take these damn... It seems like they form almost instantly when I don't want them to, and they take forever to form while I do want them to.
I know.
Because I'm literally sitting inside it, waiting for it to fully form. Scaring away Kricketot.
Also, I surprised a few other members of staff when I was mentioned that PLA does indeed have a trading feature.
It does. I've never used it. I will never use it.
There was a few other people, Lone Gurumon being one of them, that did not know it existed.
Yeah, it's the same lady that you can use to get the linked cord to begin with if you have sufficient merit points.
Exactly.
Here we go.
Also, to be fair, there are often people that don't even need to talk to her because they get it from other ways.
Well, that's also true.
There was a Magnemite here, but where's it gone? Oh, there it is.
Somewhere safe from you. Also, was that the one that you were looking for in the Cobalt Coastlands from the space-time distortion?
What?
Magnemite.
No.
No, huh? Interesting. I would have thought it would have been.
The Pokemon I was looking for in the space-time distortions is a post-game Pokemon.
Oh. Then I wouldn't know what it is.
That's why I haven't mentioned its name.
Fair enough, my friend. Fair enough.
Even though you probably do know what it is.
Wobbuffet.
No. I am fairly certain you know what... What?
Why not Fett?
No, you know what? You know this Pokemon's in the game.
I do?
Because you would have started with its basic form. If I hadn't already done so.
Oh, really? Interesting.
But unfortunately, I only found one Dartrix when I wanted more than one Dartrix.
Well, that sucks. Also, I just ran literally through an Ursaring.
I already have a shiny Alolan Vulpix Tech Gecko, but thanks for the offer. You could give it to Maniacal Engineer if you want.
Oh, sure, because I need one.
You always need a shiny Vulpix.
Then why don't you need one?
Because I've got one.
Yeah, but if you always need one, it doesn't matter if you have one or not.
I don't need one because I've got one.
No, you said you always need one. Always implies that there is no condition under which you would not need one. That would include already having one. Hello, Frog. Hello, Onyx. Hello, Sneasel. None of you can catch me. That's a demon, but it's not an alpha demon. So I should go up here, see what's cooking. No, let's jump. Ah, nothing helpful. If I don't find a Gengar in this one, then I will probably just evolve a Haunter. I think that's going to be the easiest thing to do. There's a Leafeon, though. I do want that.
What time is it? Ah, okay.
10 o'clock my time, so I think you should be going for like another half an hour.
If I decide not to go over.
That's fair.
And what have I gotten done so far in this stream?
More than I get done sometimes during my streams.
The only thing I've done so far is unlock... Yeah, it's traded to Maniacal Engineer, Tech Gecko.
I mean, to be fair, I technically don't have one yet.
Exactly. And you should name it 16.
16, sure. I did not name Bulbasaur 16.
No, but Bulbasaur took a lot longer than 16 to get.
I didn't name it 1665 either. What did I name Shiny Bulbasaur? I don't remember. Puddin' Brain. That's it.
You named it Puddin' Brain.
Yes. Tech Gecko, if you really insist, I will take the shiny Vulpix.
Come here, Weepinbell. There we go.
I don't know why you wouldn't want to keep your shiny Pokemon, but if you insist, I will not say no if you're willing to trade a shiny Pokemon.
We should try to get you a living shiny Dex.
Toof. Getting me a living Dex in the first place is going to be a challenge, man. Oh, you don't like Vulpix. Well, don't tell Snowy that.
I am extremely sad to hear that.
I don't mind Vulpix. It's not a Pokemon that I would use regularly, mind you, but it's not horrible.
Stupid friendship mechanic.
Stupid friendship mechanic. Saves your butt for the 50 millionth time. And
Alex was poisoned, man. Alex managed to avoid expel the poison so you wouldn't be sad. In one turn.
Yeah, saved your butt for the 5 billionth time, and this is how you repay it.
I hate the friendship mechanic.
So do anybody who's sensible, or so does anybody who's sensible.
Also, random thought, but I briefly considered changing my mascot to Fennekin.
Why?
Because I love Fennekin.
I suppose that's fair. I did tell you I'm considering changing my my mascot to Rapidash.
Yes.
This specifically Yandere-chan.
And my question is why?
Because it's hilarious. You can't tell me that it's not hilarious.
Have I already got this thing? No, I think I KO'd the last one, didn't I?
Kricketot, I believe you did. I believe you did.
Nearly KO'd this one too. I did not want a critical hit, Alex. Thank you.
Oh, you always get the critical hits when you don't want them. So, you gonna try the gym leader rematches sometime?
Maybe.
Good, good. I look forward to that. That'll be fun.
If I ever get past my distraction.
Presumably you will.
What was that? Cricket Dot has an item and I didn't even look what it was.
Presumably you will at the very latest after you actually finish... Well, okay, finish catching the Pokemon in the decks that you can catch in that particular game. Believe it or not, there are version exclusives. So...
Yes, we're back to version exclusives after PLA.
You mean before PLA?
Yes.
Because PLA did happen before those games.
Yes.
Although, let's be fair, we know they're coming back in Scarlet and Violet already, so...
Yes.
What a horrible, horrible, horrible decision. Oh well, what are you gonna do? I mean, I get it, right? Because they want you to make, or they want you to get as many games as possible. They want you to buy both versions of the game. But it is sort of pointless in this era of global trading and whatnot, right? You can do all this stuff with people around the world.
I think money is part of it, but they also want Pokemon to be a social thing.
Ew, who games socially?
Yeah, Maniacal Engineer said he'll take it, Tech Gecko.
Yeah, if you want to trade it, I will take it. I don't know what game we're talking here, but...
Sword and Shield. I think he has Sword.
I've got Sword. Well, yes, of course, not to mention all the hackers, Chico. We're not supposed to mention them at all.
Hackers are the reason you have to be extremely careful when trading online, unfortunately.
Well, these things happen. All my Pokemon are 102% legitimate, which is how you know they're not hacked.
102%.
Yes. $102%.
Well, it's not just oh, you mean talk about on stream, but yeah, it's not just the Nintendo Chico. It's hacked Pokemon can be dangerous too,
Ooh,
especially in the older generations.
yes, they can corrupt your game files and make things go kablooey.
Exactly.
Hey, I found a demon.
Like the
The demon ran away.
the
Trampled
duplicating
the demon.
the duplicating egg or whatever it is.
Oh yeah, the duplicate orange.
Uh.
I remember that. Missing now. That doesn't actually really cause that much damage. It causes a lot more good than harm.
I don't know if it causes good, but yeah.
You kidding? Infinite Master Balls, man? Infinite Rare Candies?
Wait, what?
With Missing now?
I'll take your word for it. Is this a shiny? Come on.
No. You actually think you're gonna run into another shiny?
Well, I have to check.
More power to you.
I hope Scarlet and Violet keep the overworld shiny thing.
They damn well better. Like, that was objective steps backwards after Pokemon Let's Go. And I never thought that I would say that. Like, that Let's Go did something right, and then its subsequent games did something wrong.
There are a few things I think Let's Go did right.
The catching mechanic?
No.
Really? You didn't like the catching mechanic?
I did not like the catching mechanic. You know this.
That's fair. I don't like it either. What else? But aside from the thingamajigger.
I know you don't like it, but I really love Eevee on your head and Pikachu on your shoulder.
Oh, gross.
They are so awesome. It's the best following mechanic the game's had.
That's not a follow mechanic. It is literally on your head, weighing you down and killing you.
They're not heavy enough to do that.
Pikachu looks heavy. When's the which stream? The Switch Sports stream? I don't think we're ever going to have one of those. We should have a choir stream coming up, but I don't know when.
It was supposed to be a couple of days ago, but...
No, that was one suggestion that Archaic was throwing around, but...
Archaic wanted to do it before the,
Hello, 701! Welcome back. I know Archaic wanted to do it before. I'm saying that it was a suggestion that didn't happen because only Archaic was available. Well, okay, technically I'm sure you were available. You just didn't feel like singing while everyone in your house was trying to sleep, which is lame.
It's kind of rude to keep people awake with singing.
It's lame.
It's rude.
Yes, it's rude to not keep people awake with your singing.
Ay, ay, ay.
Ay, caramba. Why am I even just wandering around here? What am I... Oh, right, I want to find a 20th Pokemon to catch.
You should probably take a break and trade with Tech Gecko.
No.
You said you'd take the shiny.
I mean, I will. But I'm in Legends Arceus now.
Another Pokemon using Explosion.
I can't just, like, switch over to... Tech Echo, let's figure out another time to do that.
I really need, what's the ability called that stops explosion and self-destruct from working?
Damp. Damp, and you may have a Quagsire that would have it, or a Wooper.
Quagsire, Quagsire. What is your ability, Quagsire? It is damp.
See? See? What did I tell you?
Okay, well I'll switch out, I'm gonna switch out Dr. Doof.
You should do that.
Oh, actually this is not gonna work.
Why?
Because Swagzar's level is level 21.
Oh.
I think I've got everything in this room.
Are you sure?
Yes. That's why I'm moving on to the next room.
Good. You do realize that if you leave a room and come back, it refills with Pokemon.
Well then I'll probably be back to that room later.
Here I was hoping to get you to just continuously obsess over entering the same room over and over and over again. Damn. I don't think I'm quite as villainous as you think I am.
I am still looking for a lantern.
Theoretically. Have you actually been to any room that might actually have a lantern?
A couple of them.
Are you sure?
Think so. Supersonic has no effect. Oh, that's right. It's a ground dragon, isn't it?
Oh, right. Shiny Lickitung. I almost forgot about that.
And now Gubbot has confused itself.
It does that from time to time. Oh, I'm getting there. I'm below 2,500 experience points. So close I can almost taste its snow. That's disgusting.
I did not mean to cough.
I meant the taste of my 10th star.
I got close to mine and then I just gave up playing for a while.
Well, that just sounds like a bad idea.
I'm just playing other games at the moment.
There are games other than this one?
Yes.
Really?
Yes, there are.
Huh.
There's probably millions of games other than that one.
Don't look at me, I've forgotten about any of those games.
That's because you haven't played any games outside of the Pokemon franchise.
That's fair.
Which makes you a grump.
No, it doesn't. It just means that I have limited amounts of time for gaming, and I choose to game in the one franchise that I know I enjoy.
How
Nothing about that makes me a grump.
many?
Well, as the expression goes, too many U's makes me mad.
What?
You don't get it, but I just killed an unknown U.
I see.
No, you, not C or I.
There is. This estimate says there are over 5 million games in existence.
Well, that's 5 million games too many.
Nah.
Sure. Who has time to play that many games?
Well, the thing is, you don't have to play all those games. Because not every game appeals to everyone.
Exist? Oh, I see. I suppose there's a certain degree of sense that makes.
It would be interesting, though, to play every game in existence, but...
You would not have the time.
No, definitely not.
Unless you are literally doing that for a living and basically go non-stop 24/7.
Even if you're doing that, it's still impossible. New games are being released all the time.
No, in that particular case, what you would do is you would demand that they stop releasing games. It's a reasonable request. There are already far too many.
Right.
Explain how there aren't.
I'm not even going to go there.
I love the Cry of Unknown in this game, by the way. It's so... What's the word for it? Not sinister, so kind of mystical. Like, they almost make Unknown seem badass in this game.
I don't think I've actually listened to its cry.
Well, I'm hearing it repeatedly now as I'm using agile-style moves to KO them. Hoping to find an alpha or a shiny. Because I do want an alpha bet. Don't you groan at me. That's a very clever pun and you know it.
No, just no.
It is!
No.
And it's very telling that the first Alpha Unknown that I found was Alpha Unknown F. It is the Super F.
You're a Super F.
I'm a Super F. Yes, yes, of course. That makes perfect sense.
I still need a second Gloom, didn't I?
Potentially. These things just keep on spawning.
In before I learn I can find these, the evolutions for these things in the wild.
Yeah, I think I mentioned that is a distinct possibility.
Do I even have a grass stone or anything? A leaf stone or whatever?
Sunstone. You might. You can also find those, guess where?
In the walls?
Yep. They're in the walls, Snowy, in the walls. It'll take you 4 months to complete the alphabet. Yes. I question this unknown.
Pokemon made the alphabet. Pedal dance. How rude.
Nothing is rude. Alright, I think this is the last one. How often or how rare is Grottle? That's a question.
What?
Grottle.
That's Trico's evolution, isn't it?
No. That's Grovyle.
Oh. Which one's Grottle then?
HT. Grottle is Turtwig's evolution.
Oh.
Dink.
Well, I can't be expected to know these things.
2%.
I am glad you know these things, HT.
Wait, Gloom isn't a water type?
No, Gloom is not a water type.
Then I've been lied to. Snowy is supposed to be doing a water type challenge run.
The challenge run is over.
Not technically. There's still plenty of stuff for you to do in the post game, my friend.
This game has a post game?
No.
Didn't think so.
I've been lying to you this whole time.
Because I don't need to catch Wingull, but I do need to catch Gloom.
What the hell? Boulder Roll Slope. How the heck did I end up here?
I think I'm done in this. No, there's another Wingull. Come here, Wingull. There we go.
No. Wingull, run away. Why do you even need another Wingull?
I don't. I'm just checking to see if it's shiny.
Of course you are. Wait, what Pokemon is that? Oh, that's Togetic.
Speaking of which, for those that were not here early in the stream...
For those who were not here earlier in the stream, Snowy is incredibly lucky.
Where did I put it? Oh, I put it in the with the legendary, didn't I?
Yes.
Oops.
That is where you said you would put it.
I found this. Not long after the stream started.
Which is fantastic.
No, I put it to sleep, HT.
Yeah, no, he found a sleeping Venomoth. I'm still looking for a sleeping Snorlax. Can't find one.
Turns out the Pokemon in Distortions can sleep.
Really? I did not know that.
I believe so, anyway.
You should probably release it. Yes, do what the HT says. HT never misleads anybody.
Right. Is that why you always do what HT says?
I always do what HT says.
I just got a,
Oh.
from a Doug trio.
Oh.
What?
I almost ended up in a very awkward situation.
What did you do?
Alpha Carnivine and Alpha Vespiquen. I forgot where they were.
Well, just capture them both.
I could, but I don't feel like it. I've already completed Carnivine's Dex tasks.
That is not shiny. I
Does
wouldn't.
it have to be?
Well, I've already got a Golbat, so I don't need another one.
Oh, right. That's not Legends Arceus. You don't need 50 million of the same Pokemon.
No.
Where's the fun in that?
I've already got one of these as well.
Get off the damn tree.
I'm not on a tree.
Talking to Sneasler, who has this stupid compulsion to climb trees.
I use Surf. I should probably check on the Pokedex progress in a minute.
It might be helpful if that is in fact something that you are looking to actually care about.
How many Pokemon are in the Sinnoh National Dex?
The Sinnoh National Dex would be 400 something or another. HT's your Bulbapedia guy, so ask him. Okay, so almost 500.
And I have 70.
You'll get there. You'll get there. I have the utmost confidence in you.
Great.
Why, you'd think I shouldn't have confidence in you?
Well, I have technically wasted a whole stream doing basically nothing.
Welcome to the club.
I did
Are
find
you having
TM toxic
fun?
though. Yeah,
You
little bit.
Then guess what? It's not a wasted stream. And I thought I saw shiny Hippopotas.
No, no shiny Hippopotas for you.
Nope.
Is Hippopotas the evolved one, or is that the other one?
The Hippopotas is the pre-evolved form. Hippowdon is the evolved form.
Hippowdon, that's the one I was trying to think of. I'll keep confusing Hippowdon's normal form with shiny, because it's just opposite of Hippopotas.
Oh, I'm in the home of trials. That makes sense. I was wondering why I have this feeling of dread.
Home of Trials.
Yeah, it's in the Crimson Mirelands.
I
I've been
see.
moving around a bit.
Have you gone to the other?
Go ahead.
Have you gone to the Alabasta Iceland to talk to the Vulpix guy?
No, if I am going to do that, that's probably something better off done on stream if it's a Pokemon I haven't already gotten.
I suppose that's fair, yes. Well, as I said, it's like the Season 3 song says. It's a whole new world we live in, but you still gotta catch them all and be the very best that you can be.
Yeah, see, here's the problem. This is a very old world that I'm in this game. Uh-oh. Oh, it's just an alpha frog. I thought I was really in trouble there for a minute.
It's a pity the donations are over, because I would have loved if somebody could make you sing your praises for Melly again.
That will never happen again.
Until the
Never
next
again.
donation event anyway.
Nope. That is being removed as a donation incentive.
Arcade
Forever.
was evil to do that.
Forever. Archaic was evil in general with the donation incentives.
Which was the one I complained about? Not complained as in bad complaint, but the heavy ball one, I think. I was like, why do you hate me? I'm gonna run out of Ultra Balls soon.
You've got no grounds for claiming that people hate you, Snowy. None. I, on the other hand, have plenty of grounds to complain about people hating me.
Why?
How many frickin' things did they specifically target me?
Yeah, but I just knew how much you loved Melly.
No. I do not, and I never will. And I had to wash my mouth out with bleach after that. It was horrible. Yes, that was on Sunday. I told you about that, HT. You couldn't go because of church or something. There you are, you sucker.
Ooh. I think I'm going to go until I run out of Ultra Balls.
That sounds about a plan.
And I have a complaint about your stream on Sunday.
Don't tell me it's that I actually had to stop singing every once in a while, otherwise I would have gone hoarse or lost track of what was happening in the game.
Exactly.
You know what, Snowy? You do it next time.
But nobody donated to make me do it.
Yes, they did. That was the problem.
They donated to make you do it.
Yeah, and which one of us is me?
Melee, of course.
No. Always me. I am me.
No, Melly is me. Why has
Not
my
no
phone
more.
got no signal? Okay.
Not anymore, he's not.
I've got no signal on my phone.
That sounds why would you need signal on your phone, though?
Well, I don't, but I was just looking at it and there's no signal on it.
Okay.
I can still use it because of Wi-Fi. Destiny Bond. Okay.
That's Turtwig. I don't want Turtwig. I want the other one.
What does Destiny Bond do again? That's where if you faint and your
Destiny
opponent
Bond means
faints.
if you KO if you KO a Pokemon that use Destiny Bond on you, you will die.
That just sounds mean.
It's insurance. It's also probably going to be the bane of many people in a Nuzlocke. Hey HT, do me a favor. Do you know where Grottle spawns? In Legends Arceus. I know it's in the Droning Meadow, but do you know exactly where? And exactly what percentage of the time it spawns?
I really need to I really need to get a full swap.
You only found it in massive mass outbreaks. Well, that's not where I'm looking to get it, so not helpful. Not helpful. What the heck? Oh, that's Beeburl. Can't help me. Is there anywhere you can help me? Oh, hey.
You don't expect Bulbapedia stuff to be helpful, do you?
I thought they might try it every once in a while. I mean, I am told that it shows up in the Droning Meadow. I just don't know where in the Droning Meadow it shows up.
So in other words, Maniacal Engineer will never unlock at HT.
Yeah, see, that's the problem. You're counting on me to get something that I will, like, never get. And that is just unacceptable. That is the most unacceptable of unacceptables.
According to this, it appears at the bottommost tip of Droning Meadow.
That's what I thought, right around where Turtwig does.
Yeah. All times of day, all weather conditions.
But it's extremely rare, correct?
It doesn't say on here. This specific site doesn't say. Of course, it does count of catching it if you evolve Turtwig, so...
Well, yes, the problem is I still need to feed it.
Oh, right.
Would it be as rare or rarer than Monferno? Because I've seen Monferno in the wild.
Probably as rare.
Oh, good, that's a Combee. I needed Combee. So I've seen Monferno in the wild. I don't see any reason why I shouldn't see, Grottle. Unless you're saying I shouldn't be that lucky.
Have you really never seen Prinplup in the wild, HT?
I haven't seen Prinplup, but I've also not really been in the Alpha Empoleon area. Like, all that like, once. I was there once. And I'm pretty sure it was a mistake.
What a month of mistake.
Oh, right, I never make mistakes.
Uh-huh.
Well, when's the last time I made a mistake, Snowy? Monferno was in the same area as Chimchar, not in the Deer Track Path. It was in the Bananarama Island. Yeah, Bananarama Island. Yes, Bananarama Island. That is what I just said.
If I If I save this and come back to it next week, does the counter reset from 0 or?
Yes.
Ah, okay.
Wait, what is... Oh, that's Alpha Paris. Wondering what the hell that was for a minute. I get so lost in the droning meadow, it's not even funny.
You get so lost in general. Wait, this is part normal type?
Which? Swablu? Yeah.
Okay, well I'll use Bite then.
That's not super effective, but sure.
I don't want it to be super effective.
You did, HT? I don't see a message. Message me about what? HT is being very suspicious again.
This Swablu is being suspicious too. It's using Perish Song.
Well, I see another Turtwig. I see Turtwig here like all the time, but I'm supposed to see Turtwig here. Oh, well, I can't watch that right now, but if it shows up in the same area as Turtwig, then I'll just have to keep coming here until I find one. That's just the simple, easy, awesome solution. Yeah, no, as far as catching, all I need to do is see one here. Then I can feed it food a few times, and then I can catch it, and then the rest of the grottle that I need to catch I can get from evolving Turtwig.
Okay, well I think I'm going to call it here. Thank you all very much for watching. Don't forget to check us out on YouTube, Twitter. If you're watching this on YouTube, then check us out on Twitch. Give us a follow, like, comment, subscribe, all those good stuff. Check out our forums. We've got a Discord. Check out Bulbapedia, sometimes it's useful.
Usually, if HT remembers to update stuff, it is.
Exactly. Okay, the Caps fan will not be streaming tomorrow. He's taking the day off.
Correctamundo.
Which means the next stream will be Maniacal Engineer stream for Scorching Sunday.
Scorched Sundays.
Scorched Sundays. I'll be back for Aura Sunday on Sunday evening, where I will be continuing the story. I have no idea what's going on Monday. That's your PLA stream, isn't it?
That will be Meandering Mondays, yes.
And then after that, I'll be back next week with more Water Wednesday, where I'll hopefully do something productive next week.
Yeah, other than wandering around trying to complete the Pokedex.
Hopefully I'll do something productive. I might take on the gyms next week. I don't know.
Hey, there'd be far worse things for you to do.
True.
Like, battle all these damn unknown in the Salacion ruins, for one. Only 30 more agile moves.
Yes. Something like that. I have been your host, Bulbagarden's Pain in the Rear Snowy. That is Maniacal Engineer, Bulbagarden Forum's Head Administrator. Say bye me.
Bye me.
And I'll see you next time as the journey continues. Bye.